Content agencies promise big results, but do they actually deliver? In this episode of Undumb Marketing, we'll uncover how to analyze your content performance, identify gaps, and leverage AI-driven tools to maximize impact. We break down when it's time to stop going solo and bring in the experts. Plus, key questions to ask before hiring an agency to make sure you get the right fit. Before you hand over your budget, listen to this episode.
Ever feel like you're just churning out content, but you're not really sure if it's hitting the mark?
Yeah.
Like, content is important.
For sure.
But is yours good enough?
Right.
That's what we're diving into today.
Okay, cool.
We've got this article, Is Your Content Good Enough? When to Hire a Content Marketing Agency.
Okay.
And we're going to unpack it to help you really level up your content strategy.
I like it.
So.
It's interesting because the article highlights this big disconnect.
Oh, really?
Yeah. A whopping 72% of marketers, they say that their content efforts are only moderately successful or straight up unsuccessful.
Really?
Yeah, and it's everyone knows content is king.
Right.
But the crown keeps slipping.
Right. It's like we all got the memo that content is important.
Yeah.
But what does good even mean?
Exactly.
In the content world? And how do we make sure we're not part of that 72% that's struggling to make an impact?
Well, the article digs into this idea of quality content.
Okay.
It's not just about creating content for the sake of it.
Right.
It's about creating content that positions you as a go-to resource.
Okay.
High-quality content builds trust with your audience.
Gotcha.
Turning readers into loyal customers.
While on the flip side, if your content is subpar,
oh yeah,
it's like showing up to a networking event in sweatpants. It can actually damage your brand's reputation.
Yeah, for sure.
So how do we make sure our content isn't sending the wrong message?
Right.
Well, the article suggests a 5-step framework to evaluate your content strategy.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
The first step, and this is where many people stumble, is defining clear objectives.
Okay.
What are you actually trying to achieve with your content?
Right.
Is it more website traffic, leads, brand awareness?
Yeah.
Having clear goals will help you measure whether your content is actually moving the needle.
So before we even look at metrics, we need to know what we're aiming for.
Exactly.
Step 2.
It's time to take inventory.
Okay.
List all your existing content, blog posts, videos, infographics.
Wow.
The whole shebang.
Okay.
This gives you a comprehensive view of your content landscape.
Gotcha.
So you can see what you're working with.
Makes sense. Time for a content audit.
Yes.
What's next?
Now we get to the fun part.
Okay.
Evaluating performance.
All right, let's do it.
We're talking Google Analytics, ME study, diving deep into the data.
All right.
Look at your traffic, your engagement, your bounce rates.
Okay.
These metrics tell the story of how your content is really performing.
Data doesn't lie.
Nope.
What about step 4?
It's all about finding those content gaps.
Okay.
What are your competitors talking about that you're not?
Right.
Tools like RHEPs can help you identify keywords and themes where you might be missing opportunities.
So keep your friends close and your competitors' content closer.
Exact.
What about the final step?
We got to look at the SEO data.
All right.
Are you ranking for the right keywords? Are your meta descriptions compelling?
Yeah.
Do you have a strong backlink profile?
Okay.
The article highlights CoSchedule, a marketing software company, as a great example.
Cool.
They did a content audit, realized their top performing pieces could be repurposed.
Wow.
And saw a 72% boost in traffic and engagement.
Wow.
Just from that.
That's a great example of how a little analysis can go a long way.
Exactly.
So we've got a framework for assessing our content, but what about the people consuming it?
Right.
The audience.
Knowing your audience is key.
Okay.
I mean, really knowing them, not just surface level demographics.
Right.
You need to understand their pain points, what keeps them up at night,
Yeah.
what kind of content they actually enjoy consuming.
I like it.
This is where buyer personas come in.
Okay.
They're like detailed profiles of your ideal customer.
Right.
Helping you create content that truly resonates.
So it's not just about talking at people.
Right.
It's about creating content that speaks directly to them.
Exactly.
Like you wouldn't try to explain cryptocurrency to someone who's never even used a computer.
Exactly. Yeah.
Right.
And personalization is becoming more important than ever.
Makes sense.
In fact, 71% of customers say they get frustrated with impersonal experiences.
Wow. That's a lot.
Yeah, people want to feel seen and understood.
Yeah.
And your content is a powerful way to do that.
So we've evaluated our content. We're getting to know our audience.
Right.
What about actually improving our content strategies?
Yeah.
The digital world is constantly evolving.
And
We've got to keep up.
Absolutely. SEO is always a major focus, especially if you're in e-commerce.
Right.
Think line tail keywords, site speed optimization. Those things really matter.
Yeah.
Shopify, for instance, revamped their SEO.
Okay.
And saw organic traffic jump by 32%.
Wow, Shopify. That's a good reminder that even the big players are constantly tweaking their strategies.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
So SEO is crucial.
Absolutely.
What about the actual words on our websites?
Refreshing your website copy is key.
Okay.
It's often the first impression people get.
Right.
So it needs to be engaging, clear, and optimized for search engines.
I see.
This is where bringing in a professional website copywriter can be a game changer.
Okay.
They can help you craft copy that resonates with both humans and search engine algorithms.
It's like having a translator for the internet.
Exactly.
And speaking of professionals, what about specialized SEO content writers?
They are essential for creating content that ranks well and keeps people engaged.
Gotcha.
They understand how to weave keywords naturally into compelling narratives,
Yeah.
making your content both informative and search engine friendly.
Okay, we've covered a lot of ground here, but I want to touch on something that's been making waves lately.
Okay.
AI-powered writing platforms.
Ooh.
Are these tools like Jarvis and Copy.ai really the future of content creation?
They're definitely shaking things up.
Yeah.
AI is already making a big impact in copywriting.
So cool.
Imagine creating high-quality content quickly and efficiently, freeing up your time to focus on other aspects of your business.
Right.
It's pretty incredible.
Gartner predicts that by 2025, AI will be creating almost 30% of all content worldwide.
Wow.
That's a huge shift in the content landscape.
Yeah.
What implications do you see for content creators?
Well, I think it's important to remember that AI is a tool.
Okay.
It can be incredibly powerful, but it's not a replacement for human creativity and strategy.
Right.
The best content will always be a blend of human ingenuity and AI assistance.
So it's about finding that sweet spot where human and machine work together
Exactly.
to create truly exceptional content.
Yeah.
We've covered a ton evaluating content, understanding your audience, adapting to new trends.
It's a lot.
But at what point do we say, okay, I need help?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
There are a few red flags that might signal it's time to bring in the experts.
Like what?
For instance, if you're seeing a consistent decline in organic traffic,
Uh-oh.
that's a sign your content isn't attracting the right people or ranking well in search results.
So declining traffic is one warning sign. What else should we be watching out for?
Low engagement is another big one.
Okay.
If people are landing on your content but bouncing right off or not interacting with it on social media,
Oh, no.
it's a sign that it's not holding their attention.
So we're looking at metrics like time spent on page, bounce rate, social shares,
Yep.
all those signals that people are actually interested in what they're reading or watching.
Right.
What about leads?
If you're not seeing those leads trickle in,
Yeah.
it might mean you're not targeting the right audience.
Okay.
Or your content isn't compelling enough to convert readers into customers.
I see.
It's all about creating that irresistible call to action.
Okay, those are some clear warning signs that something needs to change.
Right.
So let's talk about bringing in reinforcements.
Okay.
Hiring a content marketing agency.
All right.
What are the big advantages there?
Agencies bring a wealth of experience and specialized knowledge to the table.
Okay.
They live and breathe content marketing.
Mm-hmm.
So they're always on top of the latest trends, algorithms, and strategies.
Right.
Plus, they often have a whole team of writers, editors, and SEO experts at their disposal.
It's like having a whole content marketing department.
Yeah.
Without the overhead of hiring a full-time team.
Exactly.
But let's get specific.
Okay.
What are some areas where agencies really excel?
One area is advanced SEO, things like voice search optimization, structured data, and long-tail keyword research.
Wow.
These are the nuanced techniques that can make a big difference in your search rankings.
Okay.
In fact, Moz, the SEO software company, saw a 33% traffic increase
Wow.
after implementing a voice search campaign.
Wow, that's impressive.
Yeah,
So agencies are diving deep into the technical side of SEO.
absolutely.
What about the bigger picture, content strategy and planning?
Agencies can help you create those all-important editorial calendars,
Okay.
develop detailed buyer personas, and conduct thorough content gap analyses.
Mm-hmm.
They can also help you figure out the best platforms and formats to reach your target audience.
Right.
It's about creating a holistic content strategy that aligns with your business goals.
So it's not just about creating content, it's about creating the right content.
Exactly.
For the right people, on the right platforms, makes sense. And of course, they handle the actual writing and production, right?
Absolutely. They have skilled writers who can create everything from blog posts and white papers to website copy and social media content.
Okay.
And it's not just about churning out words.
Right.
It's about creating high-quality content that reflects your brand's voice and messaging.
Right. It's got to sound like you.
Exactly.
Not some generic robot.
Yeah.
And they don't just create content, they measure its performance too, right?
Absolutely. Agencies use analytics to track key metrics, providing you with actionable insights.
Okay.
They help you understand what's working, what's not, and how to continually refine your content strategy.
I like it.
It's a data-driven approach that can really move the needle.
Okay, so hiring an agency sounds pretty tempting.
It can't be.
But let's be real, it's an investment.
It is. Working with a top-tier agency can be pricey.
Yeah.
So you definitely need to weigh the costs and benefits.
Right.
But if you're serious about taking your content to the next level, it can be worth every penny.
So how do we know if it's the right move for us?
Right.
What are some key questions to ask potential agencies?
A big one is, what's your experience in our industry?
Okay.
You want an agency that understands the nuances of your market and target audience.
It makes sense to partner with someone who already speaks your language.
Exactly.
What other questions should we be asking?
Don't be shy about asking for case studies.
Okay.
Seeing concrete examples of how they've helped other businesses succeed can give you a better sense of their capabilities.
Right.
For example, the article mentions HubSpot's case study with Suburban Hospital, which saw a 42% increase in online appointments after working with HubSpot.
Wow.
Those are the kind of tangible results you want to see.
Results speak louder than words.
Absolutely.
It's also important to ask about their strategies.
Yes.
How are they going to make your content stand out from the crowd?
Right.
What unique insights or creative approaches do they bring to the table?
Right, and make sure you understand how they measure performance and ROI.
Okay.
How they track success and report back to you.
Yeah.
Transparency and accountability are crucial.
It's about finding an agency that's a good fit.
Yes.
Both in terms of their expertise and their communication style.
Exactly.
The article also mentions Airbnb's success. They saw a 300% increase in user-generated content.
Wow.
After partnering with an agency?
That's amazing.
It just goes to show how the right partnership can really unlock those hidden content gems.
It's all about finding an agency that understands your brand, your audience, and your goals.
Makes sense.
And as we look ahead, it's clear that content marketing agencies are going to play an even bigger role in the digital world.
So what does the future hold for these agencies? How are they going to adapt to all the changes that are happening?
Well, AI and machine learning definitely could be game changers.
Oh, yeah.
Imagine AI tools that can analyze mountains of data to uncover hidden content trends.
Okay.
And create hyper-personalized experiences for users.
So it's about using AI to make data-driven decisions.
Yes.
Not just relying on gut feeling.
Exactly. And AI can also help with content optimization.
Okay.
Suggesting improvements to readability and even generating different versions of your copy to see which performs best.
It's like having a virtual content assistant working 24/7.
Yeah, it is.
What does that mean for human copywriters and content creators?
It means we need to embrace the power of AI and figure out how to work with these tools, not against them.
Okay.
The best content will always be a blend of human creativity and AI assistance.
It's about finding that synergy where humans and machines complement each other.
Right.
Creating something truly special.
Absolutely.
But even with all these advancements, the article emphasizes that high-quality content will always be the foundation of a successful strategy.
Absolutely. People crave authentic, engaging, and informative content.
Right.
No matter how sophisticated our tools become, the human element will always be essential.
So what does all this mean for businesses trying to navigate the ever-changing world of content marketing?
It means they need to stay informed, embrace new technologies, and be willing to adapt their strategies.
Okay.
But most importantly, they need to focus on creating content that truly connects with their audience on a human level.
Yeah.
Content that provides value, sparks conversations, and builds lasting relationships.
Okay, let's take a moment to recap.
All right.
We've talked about evaluating your content, understanding your audience, adapting to new trends, and whether you might need professional help. We even explored the future of content marketing and the role of AI.
It's a lot.
It's a complex and evolving landscape.
It is.
But one thing's for sure, content is still king.
Absolutely. And as we move into this new era of content creation,
Yeah.
it's more important than ever to focus on quality, authenticity, and connection.
Before we wrap up this part of our deep dive, I want to circle back to something that's been a recurring theme throughout our conversation.
Okay.
The human element in content creation.
Yes.
Even with all the tools and technology at our disposal, why is that human touch still so important?
Well, think about the content. You consume the articles, videos, podcasts that really resonate with you.
Mm-hmm.
What is it about them that captures your attention?
It's usually something more than just the information itself, right? It's
Right.
the way it's presenting the personality that shines through.
Exactly. It's the feeling that there's a real human being on the other side of the screen,
Yeah,
sharing their knowledge and insights in a way that's both informative and engaging.
right.
It's about making that connection, building trust, and creating a sense of community.
So how do we infuse our own content with that human touch?
Right.
What are some practical tips we can use to make our content more relatable and engaging?
It all comes back to storytelling.
Oh, yeah.
People connect with stories
Mhm.
instead of just listing facts and figures.
Right.
Try weaving them into a narrative.
Okay.
Share personal anecdotes, case studies, or real-world examples
Yeah.
that bring your content to life.
Makes sense. Stories help people relate and remember. What else can we do?
Don't be afraid to let your personality shine through in your writing.
Okay.
Use humor, wit, maybe even a little vulnerability
Yeah.
to make a deeper connection with your audience.
Right. People connect with other people, not faceless brands. Authenticity is key.
Couldn't agree more.
Yeah.
And don't be afraid to experiment.
Okay.
Play around with different formats and writing styles.
Yeah.
See what works best for your audience.
It's all about finding your unique voice and style, and it's a marathon, not a sprint.
You got it. Building an audience and seeing real results takes time.
Mm-hmm.
Be patient, persistent, and most importantly, be yourself.
Hi.
And remember, if you need help, there are content marketing experts
Yeah.
who can be invaluable partners.
This has been a great deep dive.
It has.
We've talked about evaluating your content, understanding your audience, adapting to new trends, and whether you might need professional help.
It's a lot.
We even explored the future of content marketing and the role of AI.
Yeah.
But I think the biggest takeaway is this.
Okay.
Even in a world of algorithms and automation,
Mm-hmm.
the human element is what makes content truly stand out.
I completely agree. It's that human touch that creates connection, builds trust, and ultimately drives results.
So as you go out there and create amazing content, remember to infuse it with your own unique voice and perspective.
Yes.
That's what makes it memorable, and that's what will make people want to come back for more.
Well said.
And on that note, this deep dive into the world of content marketing comes to a close.
Okay.
We hope you've enjoyed it and learned some valuable insights. Until next time, keep creating and keep connecting.
That's a wrap for this episode of Undumb Marketing. If you liked what you heard, don't stop here. Check out our other episodes for more straight takes on today's hottest marketing topics. New episodes dropping weekly, so hit follow and stay ahead of the game. Got a question or topic you want us to tackle? Find us online and let's keep the conversation going. See you next time.